Welcome to Wolverton and Greenleys and our report on our Britain in Bloom efforts this year. Unfortunately, it's been a year tinged with sadness as we have lost people who have made a great contribution to improving our environment, and we will top and tail this report with tributes to them. The first is Jenny Pipping, who was an enthusiastic Bloom volunteer who still managed to choose our colour scheme for this year whilst very ill in Willen Hospice. Our core Bloom team has been working throughout the year on the floral areas, led by Hilary, Linda and Anita, and the green space management has been carried out by the town caretakers and the business association, with support from church and community action groups. Our activities really started in the autumn last year with bulb planting, especially in Firs Way, where one of our volunteers, Jackie, worked with youngsters on a holiday scheme from the Ridgeway Church. Trying to brighten the area with local planting has been a feature of the work of our volunteers and members of the community. The doorstep planters, particularly in Buckingham Street and Aylesbury Street, are mainly looked after by individual householders, as are the street sign log rolls in Greenleys, having been initiated by our volunteers. We've introduced some new planters in the year, including some at a notorious fly tipping site, which seems to have deterred the offenders. Spring saw us enjoying tulips, daffodils and other bulbs planted in autumn or coming back from previous years. The new sustainable planting at the War Memorial saw a succession of crocus flowers, tulips and daffodils, with perennials replacing the need for summer bedding. Likewise, in the summer, we've planted hundreds of summer bedding plants, so it really is an all year round effort from our volunteers. Individual householders do their bit too, as Jane Bailey typifies.
We started 20 years ago. A chance remark from somebody, why are you bothering, it's only a council house? Why not? Doesn't matter whether it's council, private, rented, your own, whether you're the Queen or not. If you can make your garden look nice, make your garden look nice. We're both disabled, we don't do much, we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't go on holiday. Our pride is in our garden, and if it gives enjoyment to others, so much the better. Started with underneath the window. This area was all grass, but the funny thing is, at the time we couldn't afford a lawnmower, so it was just easier to dig the mud and put a few plants in, and it's just gone from there. What we've done this year, my mother-in-law was doing a fundraiser for Macmillan. So we said, okay, we'll sell some hanging baskets, and we bought all the hanging baskets, got all the plants done, all the compost in, and my mother-in-law had to go into hospital, so the fete never took place. And I said to Brian, what do we do? So I put them on the Wolverton Massive, and the world just erupted, and we sold so many hanging baskets and pots that we would have gone to waste, and donated to the Macmillan via my mother-in-law, and we've had so many people saying thank you, you've actually brightened our house up as well as your own.
Judges' reports on our previous Britain in Bloom entries have highlighted the lack of local business involvement in our work, and this year we have made a special effort. The Business Association, led by local business owner Chris Bridgman, have been working all year round to ensure all areas are well maintained to improve the town for visitors and residents alike. Chris Bridgman's company, a commercial landscape contractor, has donated over 500 man-hours to the Britain in Bloom initiative, and has also donated material and resources valued at over £6,500. There's been a benefit to the company too, as it has been used in the local gardens and green spaces to train and carry out demonstrations for their apprentices and work experience students. Additional funding has come from Tesco and Tesco Express, Dobby's Garden Centre, the Cooperative Funeral Care, the Rotary Club, Nor Bremser, Global Car Hire, Jennings Solicitors, Ruth's Floral Design, Councillor Rob Middleton, and several smaller amounts from individuals. It's been a good year for Wolverton and recycling. As part of the bigger picture, a brand new waste recovery park opened in Old Wolverton in the spring. This facility will deal with Milton Keynes black sack waste in a sustainable way. Instead of simply sending it to landfill, this waste will be used to create enough energy to power the equivalent of 11,000 homes and in turn reduce landfill to around 3%. Wolverton and Greenleys also won an award for having the greatest increase in the recycling of food waste in Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes had a campaign, council had a campaign to reduce food waste going into the rubbish black sacks and to encourage recycling of the food waste. We took part in that campaign with 16 other parish councils who, over the course of 3 months, went out and sort of communicated with residents, social media campaigns, posters, attended events. Over the 3 months, Wolverton and Greenleys Parish Council had increased the tonnage of food waste collected by 38%, which all the other average is for the parishes was 11%. So we managed to win that green campaign and we won £5,000 towards environmental, which we put towards environmental improvements in the area. We've purchased 40 litter pickers, which we now sort of lend out to local groups who then go and residents to do their own litter picking. And we've also got some people that have been working with schools to create posters to prevent sort of dog fouling and awareness of dropping litter.
Wolverton Community Centre secured funding for Milton Keynes' first ever community fridge with support from Hubbub and Bosch in a growing effort to tackle food waste, as coordinator Helen Innes explains.
Most food waste in the UK is avoidable and could have been eaten had it been better managed. In response to this, Milton Keynes Community Fridge are installing 2 fridges and 1 freezer right here in the foyer of the old bathhouse and community centre in Wolverton. So, what's the plan? It's simple. First, businesses and residents will share their surplus food with the fridge. The fridge will accept any fruit, vegetables, breads, sandwiches or similar within their use-by date. Food prepared and cooked in a registered food business will also be accepted. Then, anyone in the community can help themselves to the contents of the fridge, enjoying quality food that would otherwise be wasted.
The Don't Rubbish Wolverton campaign has also been active this year. The campaign's aim is to bring people together to improve the local environment by removing litter and dumped waste. Over the 4 years the project has been running, the group have significantly reduced the amount of litter in the streets and fly tipping in the alleyways. Don't Rubbish Wolverton have a collaborative network of 30 dedicated volunteers, each with appropriate tools and equipment to manage their streets, and are actively supporting the council and the waste contractor in the safe disposal of waste. Our volunteers are helping to give our area a cleaner environment, but during the last year there have been 3 other noteworthy efforts to make our place more attractive to visitors and residents alike. The first was the unveiling of a new artwork in the town centre car park that was commissioned by the Wolverton Society for Arts and Heritage and now provides an interesting feature at one of the main entrances to the town. The second was the installation of the full-scale model of the Bloomer railway engine on the Milton Keynes Museum site at another key entrance to the town. And the third was the launching of a series of trails around Wolverton that also feature on a phone app, which enables people to explore the town with places of interest being triggered by GPS. The app also features extracts of historic recordings of local people, one even recalling an incident in 1906. Lots of visitors have been coming to a new feature situated in the town's hinterland. The floodplain forest occupies a 48-hectare site where sand and gravel were formerly extracted. The restored land is now a mosaic of new water channels, pools, marshy areas and islands within the river floodplain, which resembles a prehistoric nature landscape. Of course, we continue to have all year round site-specific work too. At Milton Keynes Museum, volunteers tend a Victorian garden and a wartime garden with its own Anderson shelter. The Community Orchard volunteers have been very busy as usual. They have had a packed events programme with a special event to mark the 50th anniversary of Milton Keynes, which included the reopening of their restored railway carriage, made possible by sponsorship from local railworks firm Knorr-Bremse. The Community Orchard also secured a generous grant from the Tesco Bags of Help Fund that allowed the construction of the peaceful haven from recycled materials, and they have a new on-site polytunnel. The herb farm is flourishing, providing not just horticultural work experience opportunities for young people, but also running an outdoor classroom where children can connect with the land and learn the skills and benefits of growing food, exercise and healthy eating. The secret garden continues to be a valuable asset. Sue Westall, who was the lady responsible for helping to acquire the site for the benefit of the town, and who had come along to help clear, plant and then maintain the garden every Saturday morning with other volunteers for more than 15 years, sadly passed away in June. She will be greatly missed. We believe that this has been a very successful year for improving and developing our environment and involving more and more people in the process, including this year, as rarely before, our local businesses. This has all come about because of the incentive of making an effort for our Britain in Bloom judges. We hope you are impressed.